Now, we also have products to help detox your home because your home is oftentimes your most toxic environment. So we have safe, biodegradable, toxin-free, great for your children, everyone in the household. We also have, speaking of toxin-free, skincare, age-defying or cell-activating organic Nutrient skincare line. And now that leads me to my introduction of our special guest. I'm very excited to have with us Polly Morrow. Let me tell you just a little bit about her. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit of her experience, but I'm going to tell you just a little bit about besides her being a health professional with so much experience and passion, I want to share with you just a few of the reasons I'm so excited that she's joined us. First of all, let me tell you, she's not paid to speak to us. She's speaking, literally volunteering to share her story of why she's so passionate about healthy skin and Nutrient Organic. I first spoke with her over a year and a half ago. We were launching the Nutrient Organic skincare line. I was speaking with her mother, Marina Morrow, who has very sensitive skin. She said, Josh, thank you for sharing this with me. I understand you got the clinical trials. All the results are amazing. However, my skin is very sensitive. I can't use the products we have now. I don't think I'll be able to use this new line either. But you could talk to my daughter-in-law. She's a dermatologist. She has sensitive skin. She has products she loves. You probably won't, you're not sure you're going to get anywhere with her, but I'm sure she'll take your call. But if you want to talk to a skeptic, in other words, somebody who's going to do their homework, feel free to talk to her. So I called her. She said, Josh, I don't use your, and I'd be surprised if anything changed, but I'll take a look at it. She was very, very kind, and she took a look at it. She called me 2 weeks later, and I'll let her tell you more of the story in her presentation. But sufficient just to say, I'll never forget that phone call. She said, Josh, these ingredients are simply amazing. Your scientific team, they clearly knew what they were doing. She began to give me the range of benefits. And I'll let her tell you that story. She said, now I haven't used it yet, but the ingredients are amazing. But let me get back to you. And she did. And I'll let her tell you the rest of the story. But I've really been moved by her passion for offering the best for her skin, her family, and her patients. And so without further ado, let me welcome Polly Morrow, who is she's a physician assistant. By the way, I should clarify that real quick. For those of you who may not know what that means she practices dermatology. That means that across America, she can own her own practice. She can prescribe medication. She can do surgery, all that. So we're talking to a very high-level health professional joining us this evening. Polly, are you with us?
I'm here. Hi, everybody.
There you are. Now I probably need to make you a co let me make you a co-host here so that you can share your presentation. There we go. All right.
There we go. Okay.
Polly, are you there now?
I think so. We good?
We're good. We're up. It
Great.
helped that I unmuted myself so I could hear you though.
Super. Well, excellent. Well, it's great to be here tonight. And Josh, you're absolutely right. When you called me a year and a half ago, more than a year and a half ago, actually, and I didn't know you at the time, and mentioned using Nutrient Organic and switching everything over, I thought, I've been using these products, I've been using something for a little while that I really liked, and I was skeptical. I thought, I don't know if I want to try these, but you're right. I test out the science. I researched all the ingredients, which is something that I like to do with basically everything that goes on my skin. I look at the ingredients first and the science behind it, and all that was there. So then after that, I decided to try it, but was skeptical with the sensitive skin situation. But I tried it, and that was a year and a half ago. So I have put aside all those fancy creams and been using Nutrient Organic for the past year and a half, and my skin has been loving it. Things have been great, and I've been transformed over to using just Nutrient. So it's been amazing, and really that's kind of why I'm here tonight talking with you guys, because it is something I absolutely believe in. I think it's a great product, and so it's just fun to share it, actually. So really excited to be here. So let's see. I'm going to, without technical difficulty, hopefully, here we go. I skipped a slide. Okay, so just Josh mentioned a little bit about my background. So where I'm coming from basically is I have a master's in medical science and have been practicing private practice dermatology for 20 years, and it's a practice of both and cosmetic. And so I do all those things you would think, like diagnosing skin cancers and doing surgeries and things like that. But also I talk about products on a regular basis. So I'm someone who is talking both with my medical patients and my cosmetic patients about products. And so I'm always doing research to look at new skincare things out there, ingredients, what's the latest. So it's important to me to really know a lot about products and skincare. So it is something I do on a regular basis. So that's just a little bit about me. And first, I want to talk about skin in general, because our skin is our largest organ. It's 100% of our body surface area, and it functions in so many ways. It keeps us cool by sweating. It keeps us warm with insulation. It's waterproof. It does amazing things. And I think it's sometimes forgotten. Skin cancer actually is the #1 cancer in the United States. And so it's something that we really need to kind of take seriously. The health of our skin is just important as the health of our bodies on the inside. So it's something that also we are absorbing. What goes on our skin is absorbed in our bloodstream. There have been studies recently, even there was a study that came out last May in one of the big journals, the big medical journals, that said that chemicals in sunscreen are found in our bloodstream. So we're absorbing things that are going on our skin. So it's something we kind of need to think about, I think. So that's important. Also thinking about the fact that our skin is not only an important organ, not only something we need to protect and keep healthy, but it really is what we're presenting to the world. It's our interface truly between us and the rest of the world. If you're shaking someone's hand, if you're smiling at someone, those are all things that are reflections of us, and our skin is part of that. So just something that we need to keep healthy. So let's see if we can talk about how to keep it healthy. So the first thing I just want to mention is really the point of our conversation tonight is just for me to talk about nutrients and how it could be something that maybe you would use for yourselves or recommend to others. So to start off, what is healthy skin? I think all of us, if you were to close your eyes and picture who might have healthy skin. Well, I picture a newborn baby. I picture this little fresh baby skin that hasn't been touched by sunburns or environmental damage and things like that. Or you might picture a model on the beach, a young model with glowing skin. Those are sort of images that come to mind when we think about healthy skin. But really sort of what is that? So those images basically are free of lines and wrinkles. They have good tone and texture to their skin. They don't have sun damage or brown spots. So they don't have acne or redness, that sort of thing. So really healthy skin, those are sort of the things that we're looking at when we picture healthy skin. But more specifically, what really is making up our healthy skin? Well, I'll start on the surface. So we'll start at the top. The surface of our skin, the epidermis is what it's called. Most of us kind of know that. But what makes it healthy are the fact that we have hydrated cells on the surface of our skin. So that's important to keep our waterproof barrier, to keep our epidermis healthy. Also, our acid mantle. So our acid mantle is something that might be a term you've never heard of before, but your acid mantle is the fact that your skin is acidic on the surface. It actually sits between a pH of 5 and 6. So it's important to keep that acidic barrier, to keep out germs, to keep out bacteria. That actually is keeping us safe. So it's a very important thing to actually know about. Also, we want new cells on the surface of the skin. So it takes about 30 days. So it takes about a month for the average person to have a cell created at the bottom of the skin and come to the surface. So in that 30 days, we want to make sure we have healthy skin so we can get those cells to the surface and not have a dead skin cell layer on the top. So those are kind of the things about the epidermis. I like to think of it like an umbrella. It's like Mother Nature's umbrella. So we want hydrated cells, a protected acid mantle layer, and fresh new cells on the surface. We can have that glow about us. and then down deeper. So down deeper in the skin, the deeper layer, there are lots of layers, but one in particular that's the most important is the dermis. So in the dermis, we have sweat glands and oil glands and things like that. But for purposes of today, collagen and elastin are what's sitting down there. And our collagen and elastin are what make up the structure and the firmness of our skin. So I like to equate it to springs and filling in a mattress. So a brand new mattress, if you were to get a brand new mattress, it's like a newborn baby. It has all kinds of bounce back and collagen and elastin in there. You have fresh springs that are nice and tight, and you have lots of fill, which is the elastin. So that's kind of an important thing to think about healthy skin. As we get older, the mattress tends to sag, and that's when you see lines and wrinkles. So that's why it's important to have elastin and collagen in our skin. So that's healthy skin. So you've got an umbrella on the surface, and then you've got this nice firm mattress. So you can kind of think of that as healthy skin. So now what damages our skin? What is creating damage, and how does Nutrients help repair that damage? Well, damage can happen if you damage the surface of your skin, like I was saying earlier with that acid mantle layer. If you look at this, I like this pH scale. So that's an acidic alkaline pH scale. So your skin is sitting on the acidic side at 5.6, or between 5 and 6, I'm sorry, between 5 and 6. So most soaps and cleansers out there are actually alkaline. So they're down there towards 10 or 11. So if you're using these harsh soaps and cleansers on your skin, you're disturbing the acid mantle layer, which can cause acne. It can cause inflammation like eczema. It can cause all sorts of problems on the surface of the skin. In fact, kind of a funny story, my dad actually heard this talk. I gave this talk and he was listening and kind of paying attention, which was great. And he's actually a cardiologist. He's a cardiologist in Atlanta. And he has been using Ivory soap on his skin for the past 50 years. So he looks at this slide and he said, wait a second, I've been using Ivory soap. I think that's way down on the harsh department. And I said, it is. So he immediately was like, send me some of that stuff. Send it to me. So I did. So I sent him some, and actually he's been using it ever since. I can't believe it. I saw him this past June, and he was sitting at the table kind of glowing. And he said, I've been using it. I've been using the Nutrients. So I was really proud of him for at least trying it. And then not only that, he loved it. So anyway, just a funny story about the acid mantle layer and how that actually really does come to play. So other things that can damage the surface of the skin, drying products. We use all kinds of things on a regular basis, like sunscreen or makeup, things like that that are going on our skin. Acne products, they're notorious for causing dryness on the skin that really disturbs that superficial layer. Environments, you might live in Arizona or Colorado or environments like that that are really harsh and dry. You can't do much about that. It's just something in your world that's causing damage to the surface. Then activities, things that are great for our bodies like skiing or running or biking, that sort of thing, can cause windburn and sun damage and all sorts of things that are good for our bodies but maybe not so good for our skin. So the next thing I want to talk about is damage that's a little bit bigger kind of damage that happens to our skin. It happens on the surface and the deeper layers below. It's something called oxidative stress. So things that cause oxidative stress are things like sun, that you've heard of probably, causing damage to the skin. UV damage from the sun causes that. But also pollutants in your environment. You have car exhaust and pollution out there, all sorts of things in your environment that can be causing damage, oxidative damage. Things like hormonal changes and stress, physical stress or psychological stress that we can't do too much about can also cause oxidative stress. So this oxidative stress, it sounds fancy, but really all it is basically creating free radical damage. And that's a term I think a lot of us have heard of, but don't really maybe fully understand it or know much about it. It's tossed around quite a bit. But the best way I think to explain free radical damage is a free radical is like a robber. It's actually stealing electrons from otherwise healthy cells. So those healthy cells then are damaged and cause cell death. So that's what's happening with these free radicals. They're actually robbers that are creating inflammation because the cell has lost its electron. How that looks on the surface of our skin, not so great. So this damage and destruction that happens from free radicals causes skin cancer. It can cause redness, brown spots, sagging, and wrinkles. It can also contribute, again, to acne, inflammation, eczema, all those sorts of things. This picture is one of my favorites. So that picture on the right is a gentleman. If you look at the left side of his face, all that free radical damage versus the right side of his face, he was a truck driver for 40 years. So all of the sun that was coming through the window caused all that damage to the surface of his face. So free radical damage definitely impacts our skin. So what do we do about all this free radical damage? Well, antioxidants are kind of the superheroes that swoop in and do something about the free radicals. What antioxidants do is they actually fight your damage by giving an electron to the robber. They make them happy. They give them an electron so they don't have to steal an electron from an otherwise healthy cell. So that makes the robbers, the free radicals, happy. But also, antioxidants give an electron to the cell that was damaged. So not only are they preventing damage by giving electrons to these free radicals, they're giving electrons to cells, repairing them. So it's preventing and repairing damage, which is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. So thinking about taking antioxidants for our bodies, this is something we can do on our skin, a totally different level of fighting free radicals. So what free radicals are in Nutrient Organic? Well, there's the marine botanical complex. The marine botanical complex is a big mouthful, but it is comprised of all kinds of antioxidants from the ocean, actually. Seaweed and algae and sea fennel, all kinds of powerhouse antioxidants. But not only that, there are also vitamins A, E, and C, sort of ones you're familiar with, are in there as well. So that all of this is helping protect your skin and prevent further damage. But in addition to antioxidants, there are other ways that Nutrients Organic actually are helping, that Nutrients Organic products are helping to repair and protect our skin. So I kind of divided this up. So not to be confusing, but the Nutrients Organic products come in 3 steps. The 3 steps are cleansing, a tonic, or a toner. And the last phase is a treatment phase that's combined of a serum and a cream. So I'm going to kind of go through the 3 phases of why would we do these steps and what is different about Nutrients Organic with each of these steps. So the first step is the cleansing phase. So why do we wash our skin? The reason why is because we want to remove those pollutants on the surface. So you think about dead skin cells, dirt and oil that builds up from the day. So cleansing actually helps remove some of these pollutants from our skin. And what's different about Nutrients Organic? Well, it's the proper pH. It's really protecting that acid mantle that I talked about earlier that's so important. And it also is hydrating and calming. It's not a stripping, harsh cleanser at all whatsoever. And then balancing tonic. So this, I think, is a step that some people get confused. Why would you use a tonic or a toner? Well, it's important because what it's doing is it's actually prepping your skin for the next phase, the treatment phase. So those products are better absorbed into the skin if you're using a tonic or a toner. It also can remove chlorine and minerals from your tap water that might be there. And what's different about Nutrients Organic is it has these hydrating properties that are in it. So it's not a stripping, harsh toner like what you might think of, like the old Sea Breeze days that we would use, you know, some sort of tonic like that. This is totally different where it's really hydrating and it's the proper pH for your skin. So it's not causing further damage. Now this is the treatment phase. This is the powerhouse phase. So the serum and the moisturizing cream by Nutrients Organic have the antioxidant power in the marine botanicals, and it's also got those A, E, and C antioxidants in it. So it's really antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It's calming your skin. But not only that, these products also have a little exfoliation. So I talked about those cells that we want at the surface of the skin to kind of give you that glow. Well, these products have a little lactic acid and citric acid that help exfoliate the surface, that help to give you that glow. So helps your tone and texture basically. And then I have to talk about the latest addition to Nutrients Organic, which is the Rejuvenating Rich Cream. So this product has been out, how long, Josh? It's been out maybe a few months now. And I've been using it and it's absolutely amazing. So I had to talk about it. So why would we moisturize our skin? Why would we want to add this rich cream? Well, so on the left side of the slide here, I talk about why would you moisturize. So you obviously want to have skin that isn't dry and flaky and tight. You want this nice plump, resilient skin that isn't crepey. And also, as I talked about earlier, you want that protective barrier. You really want to protect your skin against eczema infection and things like that. Well, what's different about this cream? Well, there's the BAM complex. That's an acronym for Botanical Anti-Aging Marine Complex. Again, a mouthful, but it's basically this incredible combination that they've put in there that's really antioxidant with phytonutrients. So that's in there, which is protecting, healing our skin. But the moisture of this is pretty impressive. It has vitamin C, which is a great antioxidant and also can help brown spots and things like that. It's been proven in studies to do so. But it's also a great moisturizer. So the hyaluronic acid, the shea butter, and the oils that are in it. There are 3 types of oils in general. There are emollients, there are humectants, and there are occlusive moisturizers. Those are the categories. So think of an occlusive moisturizer as something like Vaseline that goes on the surface of your skin. So it's sitting on the surface of the skin. Yes, it can lock in moisture. However, I like to see moisturizers that are more like brick and mortar. So you want mortar between the bricks. So what this product is doing is it's not only an occlusive moisturizer, it's a humectant and an emollient. So it's going between those bricks, between the cells to moisturize on a much deeper level. So it's wonderful that there are not only emollients, but humectants and occlusives all together in this product. So it's a pretty amazing moisturizer. I use it on my neck and around my eyes and anytime I want that little extra boost. I love it. Next is the Eye Lift Gel. So the Nutrients Insta Eye Lift Gel is a product that, yes, it can help dark circles. It can help puffiness under your eyes. But one thing I just wanted to mention is it's also an amazing anti-aging product. So my clinical research self, of course, looked into every ingredient that is in the Eye Lift Gel, and it has tons of great antioxidants and anti-aging ingredients in it. So I actually use it twice a day. I use it morning and night, and I think it can be for that instant sort of depuffing, but it also can help with anti-aging. So it's a good product for both of those. So calm, healthy, glowing skin is kind of the goal, and hopefully I've kind of relayed that with this. But I wanted to go further and talk about who can benefit from these products. Is it for you? Is it for your neighbor? Who really is the best person to be using these products? And really, this is a product that anyone who cares about the health of their skin, they can use these products. Men, women, not just that lady in her 40s. It can be for guys out there too. And then I just wanted to briefly mention some categories that I really think about just in terms of dermatology and things that I know that this can benefit. So anti-aging, of course, firm skin, we're getting that collagen and elastin going, tone and texture on the surface. But also acne. Acne, clogged pores, you think about exfoliating the surface of the skin with lactic and citric acid. That's a great way to help prevent acne. That occasional pimple, or if you're using an acne regimen from your dermatologist, it could be something that's a little more harsh and irritating on your skin. This is a great soothing adjunct to it. Also reducing the redness and swelling of pimples because of the anti-inflammatory components. Solar damage, sun damage, of course, this is the product for that. I'm in Colorado where there are lots of triathletes for whatever reason. I think maybe the altitude here. But anyway, they're out in the sun all day long, riding bikes, swimming in outdoor pools. And this is really a great product for triathletes that are just getting a ton of sun damage. And rosacea. So rosacea is a condition that affects a whole lot of people out there. And it's an inflammatory genetic condition. So it's something that you're born with. It's your skin type. And you end up getting a little redness and flushing. You've got blood vessels on the surface of the skin. And you can even get little tiny pimples, actually, with rosacea. So this could be something potentially that could help someone prone to rosacea. So what makes Nutrients Organic so special? I just want to briefly touch on a couple of things. One is the fact that it's clinically proven. Clinically proven is a really big deal in dermatology because the FDA does not regulate skincare products at all. So you can say anything you want about a product, but if it's clinically proven, you know it's doing what it says it's going to do. So that's a big deal. Also, it's a clean product. It's something that was a big deal to me, looking into something. It's rare to find skincare that is clean. It doesn't have parabens. It's organic. A paraben, in case you don't know what a paraben is actually it's a synthetic preservative that's put in a whole lot of skincare products. And it's something that is estrogenic. So it's estrogenic and has been found in breast cancer tumors. So there are actually links to parabens and breast cancer. So it's something that is definitely considered worth avoiding, which I definitely do. So how does Nutrients Organic compare to other things that are out there? Well, I kind of did this little diagram that shows essentially Nutrients Organic compared to some other popular things out there that I thought might be helpful to do a comparison with. So Nutrients Organic, the cost for 4 total products, it depends on if you're a club member, and Josh can explain all that good stuff a little bit later, but the cost is approximately $188 for the 4 products. The first comparison is Olay Regenerist. It's the #1 product out there for anti-aging. You can find it in drugstores and Target and things like that. Slightly, but it's not paraben-free or organic. It's definitely an inferior product as far as that's concerned. Rodan and Fields, I have that on there because Rodan and Fields is another direct sales company, and it's the cost is more expensive, and it's not paraben-free, and it's not organic. A couple others I have listed there. Again, they might be paraben-free, but not organic. It's a hard thing to find a really quality organic product out there. The last one I have on this list, La Mer. So La Mer, I love talking about La Mer in comparison to Nutrients Organic because their special ingredient is something called their miracle broth is what they call it. Their miracle broth is a marine botanical as well. And it doesn't have all the other wonderful things, all the lactic acid, citric acid that's in Nutrients Organic. It just has their miracle broth. However, look at the price point on that. My gosh, and it's not even organic. So I thought that was kind of a fun comparison. But basically, hopefully, I've relayed the message that this is a product that you can feel confident in. It is organic. It really fits well in the marketplace, and it's a quality product that has definitely the nutrients and the Neolife integrity behind it. So it's an amazing product that really can create healthy, firm, glowing skin. It has the ability to do that. So hopefully I've helped inform you guys a little bit about a product that I enjoy. And really back to your first impression can be a good one with healthy, glowing skin. So anyway, that's all I have to say about Nutrients. And there's my little family, my husband and my 2 boys, Cole and Owen.
Beautiful family. And I've noticed being around you that you also share these products with your family, and you make sure to take great care of your kids' skin as well. And
yeah, I do my best. They are boys, and so it's hard you have to catch them first. But yeah, I do my best.
Well, you've been being around your family has helped my kids realize that it's cool to protect your skin.
Yeah.
Molly Morrow takes care of her kids' skin. By the way, my daughters love Nutrients Organic. I have 4 girls, and they have their own sets in their bathrooms as well. And I use it, of course, as well, because I don't want to be the beast beside my beauty. So I know that your husband, Greg, and I, we both share that. We got beautiful wives, and we want to look good beside them. So,
you're just glowing, Josh. I can tell.
Thanks. Thanks so much, Polly, for being with us tonight. I really appreciate it. I know that you're busy practicing medicine and a family, and yet you made time to be here with us today to talk.
Thrilled to be here. Thank you.
How to protect our largest organ, skin. So thank you.